Okay, I haven't done a video in a few days due to some serious time constraints, but here I am again. So let's start with yesterday's trades, current positions, today's watch list, and yesterday's breakouts and breakdowns. So let's see, Nvidia covered up a bunch. TXMD had a big pullback yesterday. Probably gonna use the 640 area as my stop. My average is 626, so I should have kind of sold a few more shares in the high sixes, but I got a bit greedy there. Snapshot I held overnight from Friday. I longed it on the dips in the into the late day fades on Friday. I bought it in this 27 area, sold some before the close, and then I sold some near the open, pretty much break even. I had a much bigger profit going on, but so CTRL, haven't done anything with this one. AMD I have covered a bunch. It pulled back nicely yesterday. Kind of hit my targets. I still have a small position left just in case. AIOI was ultra strong on Friday, pulled back today. Biok I haven't done much, or I haven't done anything with it. BLPH, I kind of should have bought more shares, but you can never know when the volume comes in, so you kind of anticipate the volume coming in. Now in this one, the volume came in a big way, so it ended up trading over 7 million shares, but on Friday it only traded 650,000 shares, so it's kind of scary to buy 20-30,000 shares, and you don't know if the stock is gonna trade 1 million shares or more. So I'm basically looking for some dips on this thing to add. I think it goes to 250, or it could potentially go to 250 or so. ICHR, my longest holding. I've been in this thing since the first trading day of the year, and it's just holding up really nicely. Stop now is probably gonna be in this $18 area, and again I think it goes to low mid-20s very soon. IG, I held some long from Friday. Didn't really do much. Probably gonna use this low 280s as my stop. Shopify actually added to it yesterday on the short. If the market pulls back a bit, this thing could very easily pull back to the rising 50-day moving average. So I'm keeping an eye on it. Tight stop. My risk is what? This mid-60, mid-60s. It's gonna be my stop on it. So I'm willing to add more to it if it loses this 20-day moving average. OVAS, now this one I had from Friday. I kinda I bought it in this 156, 157 area. It looked like it was gonna go on a run, but it got rejected off the declining 50-day moving average and just completely broke down yesterday, and I ended up selling it 143, even though my initial stop was in the 152, 153 area. So I lost like 2,000, 2,500 just because I was sloppy getting stopped out on it. Just stupid and unnecessary. Celdex, just some random trade. I saw some volume out of the gate. I bought it. I had an alert set. Took out a little bit of a range here. Probably gonna use this 370 area as my stop. So very low risk on it. And if it goes, can go to 450, I don't know. REN, as you remember, I tried to short it back here. Took a nice loss on it after being up nicely. But now, does have a range here. I'm looking to add a little bit on strength. If we can go back to 45 or so, I'm looking to add to it into strength and use this 45.70 area as my stop, or if it loses this 43.70 area, I'm looking to add to it also. So either way, I'm going to add to it. I think it finally can test this 100-day. I think it's close. HN, I didn't hold it overnight because it used up too much buying power, but I'm looking to reshort it. I think it can pull back to mid-low 230s potentially. This is the kind of stock you can risk $1.50, $2 to make $10. TGTX, I'm short since Friday. No, sorry. No, I'm not short since Friday. No, never mind. Forget about it. I'm short since yesterday. Had some fluff news, and I think it goes lower. They have an offering coming, and looking to add to it potentially. I think it goes back to sub 8. And INAP took a small long on it. I think it could do something like BLPH, maybe go up to $3 again. As you remember, I was long it here in the 190 area. I got the partial fill and then just went straight up 50% inside of, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. It was insane. Anyways, potentially looking to add to it. Pola, now, I actually got stopped out of this thing on Thursday. I didn't do a video on Thursday and Friday. But I got stopped out for tiny loss. I bought it in the high 8s back on this day here. So I took a tiny loss on it. And then they released earnings yesterday. I bought some in the high 10s, 1075 area, I think. And I got stopped out partial on the opening range lows. And then I retried to buy some in the 970s, got stopped out of those ads. So I'm sitting on a nice loss on that one, 3,000 or so. Probably gonna use this 9 area as my stop. I just didn't see this big fade coming. I don't understand why it faded this much. I think this thing is a very... I think this thing could potentially belong in the 20s or 30s, but what do I know? Pixelworks was close stopping me out yesterday. It kind of held up. It brought it up into the close, but 380 is gonna be my stop, which is 5 cents above break even. Okay, so fairly long watch list. This OWCP, probably not gonna look at it today. I hope it goes up another full day today, and then tomorrow would be the short watch. JDSD. Hopefully it goes higher. I would love to see this thing a few bucks higher before a potential short watch. But this gold move, gold hasn't faded much, but the gold miners have faded a lot. So if these things bounce, this JDSD is gonna fade. RMVA, I almost shorted it yesterday, but I missed it. I missed the entry on it, so I passed on it. But it's still a while. Actually, this thing, if it can go sideways a few days, this thing could have another move higher. The volume is just insane. It's traded, I don't know how many times over it has traded its float the past 3 sessions. Just a little bit of an extended biotech. Just looking at it, just stalking it, in case the biotechs as a group start pulling back. These kinds of overextended, or not overextended names, but extended names can put in big pullbacks. But again, HEN is gonna be my main watch on these in the biotech sector. Maas is still stalking it. I think a pullback is coming, even though I hope it goes to $100 first. Gold, it's again on watch. You know what? Nah, it's not on watch. I just too many, and it's thin, and nah, I'm not gonna watch it. Another extended biotech. It needs to lose this mid-low 29 area, or actually mid-high 29 area. Orion, I talked about. PAH, if it loses the 20-day, next stop could be the 50-day, so it's definitely something I'm watching. CC, another extended name, hasn't had a pullback in a long time. And in most of these names, I'm just watching them in case the market pulls back. This one started pulling back yesterday. I'm gonna take it off radar. There's just so many. Snapchat looks like it's gapping down today. I'm gonna take it off radar. I'm not gonna trade it. There's no clean setup. Even though I do think it goes lower. I think this thing is gonna be in the teens very soon. But right now, well, you know what? I'm gonna keep it on radar. So the long watch list, just a bunch of names. This one, I think I have an alert on it. Yes, I do have. Okay, so another microcap biotech related name, just like INAP and BLPH. If it gets volume on a breakout, could go. It's a commodity related name. Or actually it's not, it's oil equipment services. But anyways, these kinds of stocks do very well of pullbacks into moving averages. So definitely something I'm watching. Ideally can put in some higher lows here. I don't think it's ready yet. Could very easily break down below this range and just keep going down. MTC I kind of like. Very good earnings. As a macro theme. Really nice. This one I was looking to buy on pullback today, but I passed on it. Nothing super exciting, but since I'm very cautious about the market right now, it feels like there is a pullback coming, and this one I like. JNCE, as you remember, I traded it here, I sold it here, and here, or, well, I sold on all of these days, but I had a really good trade on it. I was thinking about buying it here. I didn't, and it's straight up since 25%. So, and ANAB is another recent IPO, just resting on this rising 20-day. This thing could really go if it gets going. Could go to 30 or something. So this one I really like. PLX, ideally another 3 to 5 days of sideways action would be great. So here, this one I talked about, looking to short more, looking to long more. This one I'm looking to buy on pullbacks, even though I'm not super excited about it. Actually, I'm not really a great pullback buyer, but this is something I've been trying to do more this year. This one long term I'm bullish on it, but short term I think could have a little bit of an intraday fade, especially if we can go to 560s, 570s out of the gate. This one ultra thin, but I'm looking to potentially buy it. Looking to add to it. This one is just stalking it, nothing here. This one I'm looking to buy. I don't know. There's so many things on watch. I need to really cut down the watch list. Now this one I had a great short on it, as you remember, and now I'm actually looking for a potential long. I think it could have a $1.50, $2 bounce potentially, or at least a $1.50. Ideally it opens weak. I would love to see low 15s today. That would be great. This one I'm looking at for a short. Didn't really have any good data, but yet it was up huge. Just some names I'm looking to put alerts on. This one, I think there's a $5 bounce coming. Ideally it goes below this 50-day moving average before that. But this is a kind of stocking a risk, maybe a say $1.50, $2 to make $5-6. Very thin. So let's see here. Let's look at some of the breakouts and breakdowns. So Max started perking off this bottom. Nothing really exciting. This one is super thin, but I don't know. These kinds of names, they can keep going. Could very easily go to $2. Nothing super exciting. Perked about this 100-day, but just been riding the rising 150-day for a while. This one, another ultra thin stock, could very easily keep going towards $1. Celdex I'm long. RH kind of perked. Nothing super exciting. Another ultra thin name woke up. CNCE had some decent news. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna have much follow through. Shipper name, another thin, low-priced one. This one I talked about. This one I was long after earnings, got stopped out for a tiny loss. Nothing there right now. TGTX, I'm looking to short it. This one I talked about, and this one I'm long, so nothing super exciting. Okay, that's it.